Puzzles are funny like that, where like every day I oscillate rapidly between feeling like, oh yeah, I'm totally ready to do puzzles, and being like, I am not in the mental space to do puzzles. Clearly, I'm just not ready right now. Okay, this is a nightmare. Just pick a shape and see if you can make it fit that many times in one board. And this thing needs 3 neighbors. Oh boy. So it's this, basically. Or the inverse, but given that there's no other obstacles on the board, it probably doesn't matter which one you pick. But that means that has to be a T. So that's a T. So this T is definitely here. But there's the question of whether or not I fill in with this T or that T to fill that part in. There's a nice T here, so that works there. But they also have to be alternating colors. So how am I going to maintain the alternating? By doing that. I thought this one had to be up there, but no, that has to be the tip anyway, so this T has to be down here. There we go. Hello. One, two, three. 1, 2, 1, 1. Alright. So now I have to make that shape again, starting here. Like that, for example. But not that way. Does the purple specifically have to have no neighbors? Okay. But that's the only direction you can go in. Because it's 1, 2, 3. It's like, there's no 1, 2, 3. I guess this has to be a plus sign now? So it can be surrounded and have no neighbors. So now that part's it's not happy? Oh, right, that's maximum neighbors. How? Oh. Right, this isn't diagonal, so you can't rotate it anyway. It has to be like this and match. And this has to have no neighbors, so we'll case that in. Case that one in. Did we win? You need a second neighbor, so this one? That means I have to do this. And now these two shapes don't match. Oh, and yeah. You can only have one neighbor. Yeah. It has to have 2 neighbors. Huh. Wait, no, this already has 3. We need to reassess some things here. So this one already has 3 neighbors in this shape because of me surrounding that. That's not because of that. No, that's just I falsely added this to fill that in. But no, this does have to be filled in because of that. Ugh. So to make you happy, you have to be surrounded. And now this needs 2 neighbors and only has 1. But if I add it here, it breaks that guy. And if I add it here, then you get too many neighbors. But if I'm doing this, I can remove you. Because now you have 2 neighbors, and you have 3 neighbors, and you have 1 neighbor because you're a pocket over here. But yeah, then this has to be closed in. And now these shapes don't match because this matches that. Like now this one's not enclosed. But enclosing it makes the shapes not... Alright. Oh, it's so close, but it's also not. And like, I also intuitively want to make the 2 shapes. A go-to solution is to make them invert from each other in color, but there are purple flowers in the middle of them, which make it so you can't make the 2 sides not match, because that'll get rid of the uniformity they need. Starts to wear me down just trying to keep the shape in my mind. Alright, come on. So you do need 3 neighbors. It's enough that this has to be a positive color. You could potentially be happy with this, but it has to be these then, or something else. I can look into trying to invert the other shape, but I don't know if I can get away with that. Seems pretty necessary that we're gonna have to surround this one like that. I can try to invert this, which means this has to be not attached. Ugh, so that has to be negative. And now I need to try to draw this shape, but in the opposite color. It's gonna be a trip. So if we add this one, that makes the 2 happy, and now the 3 is happy, and now this shape is here. And then this 2 is happy, and that 2 is happy, or the ones, I guess, that require overall a 2. Is this doable? So, the one directly to the right of this needs to be blank. Means it has to be filled here, which now means this has to be an L shape, so that has to be an L shape. I think this has to then be white. This has to be empty to match to make this one happy. And if it's empty here, that means it has to wrap around down here. Make that shape. I think at this point every shape is happy except for the lines, yeah. So now I'm just dealing with the mess of trying to make these match. This actually probably will work. I have to make the bottom of the shape match, so that has to be filled in. Which now means that this shape is like this. goes all the way around here, but then that has to be empty and that has to be empty because that's here. These have to be filled in because this goes up by 2, then around. Did I do it? I didn't do it. Where and whence didn't I do it? Oh, the bottom right. This, now it's shaped like that. Ah. You just have to take it entirely piece by piece without trying to even... Ah, God. Ah, okay. It's really big. It's really big. So these all have to be filled in because of that guy. And this means that these have to be filled in. And that means that these have to be filled in. Cool. We can make you happy with each other. But more realistically, probably make them happy via like this coming down or something. This needs 3 like neighbors. And this is filled in like this, so it can't be blank, so it has to be this kind of neighbor, so that means that now that's filled in. This is quickly becoming a cascading series of mandatory rules. Interestingly, have not been forced to actually expand these shapes yet. Like that makes that happy, 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 that makes that happy. Do I win? Oh, you can only have one neighbor. Okay. You need one like neighbor. Is that how they're gonna force it? Yeah, because you probably have to make 4 giant symmetrical shapes that spiderweb across the whole screen. But I was, you know, holding out hope that I could get away with something. But yeah, this has to match something. It can't be those. And if I make it match this one, that was bad, right? Oh yeah, because these are here. Because these are here and they surround the surrounding area, this has to be the opposite shape. Okay. I overcorrected a little bit just now. Alright, so it's all these little dicks are filled in. Surrounded, surrounded, surrounded. And now this. So this requires this. And this requires this. So now we have these shapes. Right. Did I do it correctly? YN. This goes to there, goes to there, goes to there. But now it's connected back to the back side of this one, so now it has to be on both sides anyway. Okay. Progress. Filling in our giant mess. And then this guy annoyingly needs one more neighbor. Either here or here. There's technically space for all those options. This is not connected, so it doesn't have to be duplicated yet, just like how this doesn't have to be duplicated if it goes that way. Yeah, like you can be you, you can be you, you can be you, and you can be... that's gonna be a problem. Okay, so you need 2 neighbors, and only one of them doesn't add to the shape. And if I go to this one, it connects the shapes, which completely fucks things. So it has to be one of these. Alright, let's get rid of the superfluous ones. I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a process of elimination process where every single time we have to then reconnect the next thing that gets just close enough that we're screwed. So, this points out into space. This is here and here. And we can only do one of them? Because you only need 2 neighbors. And if we'd fill in both of these for this one, then you won't be happy. So let's tentatively try the top wall spot, which is here. Oh, I can leave it empty. That requires us to fully encase it, like that. Which is probably overkill, and will cause us other problems. I think. Yeah, we're probably gonna have to combine him into the shape. And if I add it here, we lose. If I had it there, we lose. So it has to go out here, like that. Are these all symmetrical? So those are currently happy because they just have one neighbor. But this one needs one more neighbor, and that one needs to be reduced to one neighbor. Is there anything stopping me from filling in this back pocket on each one? That gets us closer. Then do this back tail spot. And now he has one neighbor. Okay. I think we're in trouble. Okay. Okay. So this is on the little tail here on the back. This is on top of it and needs one neighbor. It's already happy. But this one inside the tail needs 2 neighbors. And if you add it here, it attaches to the other shape in a loop and breaks everything. And same thing for the bottom, so it has to be on top. But that combines here, and that breaks this one. If we took this one out, it would have 2 neighbors. I think that breaks you. It's so hard to replicate these symmetrically. Oh, fuck. 5 on the tail, so I was doing that. I was doing that. That gives you 1 neighbor. That gives you 2 neighbors. Okay, so bring back the tail as best as I can. Since I know that it probably has a four-way symmetrical axis, I kind of wish I could make it auto-fill that way. Let's see. But those directions are both off limits. Not currently sure about whether it's close or really far off. I was thinking about removing the tail. But that... yeah, each step that brought me here was done for a reason up until this point is the struggle. So I can't undo much without having to then rebuild previous steps that are hard to walk back to and reassess the rules that brought me there. Do I have to do the insane thing? I've maintained the symmetry so far. So if I do connect the quadrants, will it count as one shape, but be completely symmetrical so everyone's happy anyway? That does seem thematically consistent with like a capstone puzzle. Oops. Do it work? Ah! God, it hurts to look at. It's so much. You can only do it in pieces. Okay. Okay. Oh, what am I looking at now? Okay, so we have two all neighbor pieces, two no neighbor pieces. And this one starts here, so it has to start off like this, which means you have to be like that. That's all neighbors, that's no neighbors. And now that is that. So this has to be like this, which means it has to be surrounded by these. Because it can't be the same color, because then it would be one shape. So plus sign here, surrounded by pips, which means you're filled in. Oh, okay, what now? You are currently just a pip. So, that's fine. You probably stay a pip. Because to your right is the no neighbors thing, so we can't fill that in. So, boop. Okay, plus sign there, they're filled in, so those aren't going to grow anymore. Now it's just about making this thing happy, which this is currently happy, and that's currently unhappy. And then the two shapes, whatever they might be. Yeah, we're pretty far along. I pretty much mostly have to try to make these two shapes happy now. I try to craft two shapes that don't interfere with anything, and if it connects... I cannot connect to the purple or the teal when I'm crafting these shapes, or things will get mad at me. I can put one here, but this has to be a plus sign that stays this way to make you happy. Maybe just cut that off at a plus sign? Can I make that work? Plus signs? No? Things are not happy now? Oh, I made another plus sign. I can't have two plus signs. That's what's mad about. Okay. Add a little pip at the end? Can I do that? Not here. This pisses off the teals because now this is this shape. Huh? There we go. Got there. What have I even done? Wait, does this lead anywhere? Was this just an optional dead end of puzzles? It might have been. Is it tracking my like puzzles anywhere? I mean, the game is, I'm sure. I mean, like, just can I see them? Okay. Whew. Now where do I go? That's just a dead end, isn't it? It's like, yeah, you did it. It doesn't even show the, like, that's the last place you see the wire is down there. I don't see it going any further. I've got to try to keep every secret area I find in mind for later. I got a place where I saw some diamonds earlier, and then I think diamonds were involved in crossing a bridge, but it was a big scary bridge I didn't want to deal with. I think somewhere near the top left was where the diamonds were. As an overall zone. Binary. Binary ruins. Can't get in there right now. There's binary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Do all of the ones that have a 1 at all. How about that for a starting point? No. Fill in the zeros. Okay. Bottom row. Top row. Okay. So there's some kind of rule. Does this indicate the rules? Oh, it's like a light switch. As far as binary goes. You flick it once and you have a light, and you flick it twice, you don't have a light. So if it has an odd number, then it's on, and if it has an even number, then it's off. And I assume 0 is also off? And both these are off. The two on the right are off because they're 1, 1. See, 0, 1 is on, 1 is on, 2 is off, 2 is off, 3 is on, 3 is on, 4 is off. And then more examples. Okay. On, off, on, off, off, off. Off, on, off, on, because there's 3s. On, off, on, off. Ta-da! Binary solved. I don't know how you even get more complicated than that, honestly. This seems very... does this lead to more later, or is that just a cul-de-sac of like, hey, here's a little binary thing. Anyway, that was the end of that puzzle. That's all we could really get out of that one. Is this a secret?
It's just a secret. It sure looks like a secret. What if instead of not being a secret, it was a secret?
The law of secrets is that in every game, when you decide something's not a secret, it turns out to be a secret, at least once. Boop. Well, binary's up top. For all that there was of it. It's one of you. Okay. On, off, on, off, on, off, on. No? Off. Binary towers. That is a new rule. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Now we have a bit of an explanation for the other stuff. Gotcha. Oh, what am I looking at here? Maybe later. Okay, that might give me context for one of the towers I was stuck on, too. Okay, they're combining these two ideas. Gotcha.